Okay, welcome to the latest edition of the Philly Sports Podcast. Our latest episode today, I think this is Ep.3 of the podcast today. Make sure you hit that like button. Also, hit the subscribe button so you can get upcoming updates on future videos and so forth. Now, there's been a lot of speculation about Nick Sirianni and his job status when it comes to the Eagles. A whole lot of speculation. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about the game last on Monday because there's no need to talk about the game. That game was a flat-out embarrassment. There's no need to talk about it. They played horrible. Jalen Hurts didn't play well. They just did not play good at all. It's really nothing to talk about the game. But what I have to say about Nick Sirianni and everybody calling for the job. People that are calling for this man to get fired after 3 playoff appearances, a Super Bowl appearance. Remember, the Eagles were 2-5 in 2021. They was ready to write him off then. They rode the ship. They were 2-5. And they won, and they went 7-3 in the final stretch to get in the playoffs. And unfortunately, they lost to Tom Brady and Tampa Bay, who I think went on to win the Super Bowl that year, if I'm not mistaken, in the wild card round. I think they did. Okay? Oh, Tampa Bay won the year before. It was, I think they got bounced by Green Bay or somebody like that. I forgot. One of those teams that got bounced out. Okay. Anyway. But people on the radio, WIP mainly, sitting there saying, oh, Nick Sirianni should be fired. Angelo Cataldi coming out of retirement. And Nick Sirianni was his biggest fan when he was winning. See what happens is, you got these hosts that will sit there and say, y'all love a coach when they're winning. Oh, you're their best friend. He's the best coach in Eagles history. Y'all was riding his coattails. Oh, yeah, Nick Sirianni's the man. 9-8. Then they went 14-3, and everybody was on board. In the Super Bowl, they were just 3 points short in Kansas against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. But then all of a sudden, everybody wants to get rid of him. Everybody wants to fire him. Now, do the coach hold some blame? Yes, the coach holds some blame. Absolutely. But why are we not holding these players accountable? See, everybody wants to blame the coach. Get rid of this. Get rid of Sirianni. Get rid of Brian Johnson. Get rid of them. Why are nobody holding these players accountable for what they did? Why? Because it's very easy just to say the coach should be fired. So you bring in a new coach, and let's say you bring in Mike Vrabel, and they don't make the playoffs. You're going to fire him too? Oh, well, he should be fired. He can't coach. See, this is the same thing with Andy Reid. When Andy Reid started losing, he can't coach. He can't do this. Doug Peterson the same way. He can't coach. People on the rail, oh, he should be fired. We just want to fire everybody when they start losing. But then when Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl, he was the most beloved coach in this city because he was a Super Bowl winning head coach. But the moment when you start to lose, all of a sudden you become dumb. You become an idiot. I don't think he should be fired because of the team. They just struggled down the stretch. Yes, they got off to a 10-1 start, and I said this before. At best, they were a 6-7 win team, but they got lucky in a few games. They got lucky in a few games. But to sit there and fire a coach After 3 playoff appearances in his first 3 years, who does that? A rookie head coach makes the playoffs. And people say, well, what does he don't do well? What does he don't do well? Could you go out there and do what he does? So obviously they fire him. He doesn't belong in football. He just, you know, he should just be working at a supermarket. That's for what some of y'all are saying. Angelo Cataldi coming out the woodwork. Joe Giglio coming out of the woodwork. Most of the WIP hosts. And yes, I don't agree with Howard on a lot of things, but this one, yes, it's not all Nick Sirianni's fault. Yes, is he to blame on certain things? Yes. But having him get fired after 3 straight playoff appearances and a year after the Super Bowl appearance, nah, it's a little too immature. You got to be patient. Now, after next year, if they struggle, if the struggles continue, then you think about changes, coaches at that point. But he should at least give him a year to fix the problem and see what they need to do differently. But a lot of people don't have faith in the head coach to get things done. They don't have faith in the head coach. Jalen Hurts did not have a good year. Did not. Through the most interceptions that he's ever thrown, he was a turnover machine. They paid him over $250,000,000, a quarter of $1 billion. For this man to be the franchise quarterback, and he has not lived up to it. Has not lived up to anything, the expectations. See, the thing is with some of these players, they're going to play well because they want to get that big time check. But once they play well, they ball out, and they play hard, and when they cash that big check, guess what? Oh man, I'm paid now. I don't care. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna throw pigs and pick. Some people don't care. When they get that money in them, they just go out there and say, hey, I'm paid. They can trade me. I can stink. I'll go somewhere else. But Jalen has not had a good year whatsoever. Not at all. Not at all. But everybody wants to blame the coach. A.J. Brown got hurt. Now, if they would have had A.J. Brown in that Tampa Bay game, I don't think it would have made a difference. Just the poor tackling. They just flat out quit. They just didn't want to be there. They were just like, hey, let's get the season over with. And everybody went to bat for Nick. These players go to bat for Nick Sirianni. They went to bat for him. They just didn't play well on the field. It happens. Teams go through stretches of they're struggling. And some teams, they overcome it. They don't play well, but they come out on top. And for this point, the mistakes caught up to the Eagles. James Bradbury can't. All of a sudden, James Bradbury loses a step. I don't think he's coming back. But you get rid of him, they're going to take a cap hit. So you have to bring him back because you're losing money. Let him earn the starting job. Let him compete for it. Let him compete with the young guys. That's what you got to do. Because you can't get, because they just want to go out and get free agents and get free agents and get free agents. That's not the way it works. You have to draft better. You got to draft good players. You're going to have to hit on a couple of them. 4th or 5th round picks. That's what you have to do. That's what the draft is there for. You don't win championships by just going after free agents. You have to build through the draft. And this team isn't good enough right now. They weren't in San Francisco League. They weren't in Dallas League. You know, Dallas lost to Green Bay. They're not in Detroit's league. They won that game. They go to get Detroit. They're going to get killed. So they needed this. Take the offseason off. Jalen Hurts need to go into the lab, and he need to work on his game. Yesterday. Because what he did this season was unacceptable. You can't have that from a $225 million quarterback who's supposed to be the face of the franchise. Now, can he turn it around? I don't know. I hope so. Really hope so. Once again, please like the video, subscribe to this channel as you get more information and more updates on certain videos that come out. Now I want to get into the 76ers. I want to talk about the Sixers. Sixers played the Nuggets, I think it was Tuesday night. Oh man, oh yeah, Embiid got the best of Jokic, and oh yeah, we're going to the NBA. Listen, I don't care what Embiid did against the Nuggets. I really don't. I really don't care. Yeah, did Embiid score 41 points? Yes. Talking regular season basketball. How many championships does Jokic and Embiid have? Jokic 1, Embiid 0. So don't sit there and everybody pumped up over that performance. Okay, Embiid played well. He got the best of Jokic. Okay, great. Championships are what matters. You do that in this game, and then you flame out in the second round. What difference does it make? You're nothing but a regular season player. But you come up short in the playoffs. You're nothing but LeBron James early in his career. And Embiid is about to be 30. And he ain't got a whole lot of time left. So don't sit here and get pumped up over this game. I'm not saying you don't watch the game. Hey, they played well. Watch it. It's good basketball. Watch it. What are you going to do in the playoffs? That's what I want to see. Thank you for joining us here on the Philly Sports Podcast. As once again, make sure you like this video, share this video, hit the like button. Want to donate, hit the donate. My Cash App is down on the bottom. Support the channel and subscribe.